Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome into a brand new episode of the Review of Rob Show. Appreciate you hitting that play and coming over here to hang out with me, man. I have a good time. I'm a goofball over here. If you're new to the show, hello, goofball. So, on this week's episode, going to be reviewing the film Drop for all of you, spoiler free, of course. And then we've got some news going on in the movie world to talk about, man. So, again, appreciate you hanging out. We're going to get into that review. Real housekeeping, real quick. My show, Into the Fog, the Halloween Horror Nights Show, has its own YouTube channel now. So, if you can go over there, check that out, man. Help subscribe, like, help that thing grow. That'd be awesome and much appreciated, man. Without further ado, you are here for a review, so let's review. There's your poster, man. Oh, come back here, poster. There's your poster. So there's your poster for Drop. The film is rated PG-13 for some strong language, sexual references, and strong violent content. The film runs in at 1 hour 40 minutes and is classified as a mystery thriller film. The film itself basically, let's go ahead and get rid of that poster. The film itself basically is following a single mother who is getting back in the dating world, going out on a date that or the dude she met on one of those dating app deals. They're going to a date in this big, high building, Space Needle-ish kind of building, if you will, restaurant, fancy pantsy kind of deal, and all that stuff. During this time of this said date, she is getting these mysterious messages dropped on her phone. Hint, drop as the title of the movie. So she's getting the mysterious messages with drops on her phone. They're going out throughout the movie that end up explaining more things and end up leading to a lot of the thriller and the mystery and the um, atmosphere of the movie itself with what's going on with this. Who's doing this? Because they got to be in the area, right? And that's one of the things about this movie is it's central to one area. There's two areas of the movie, but it's mostly central to the restaurant, which is cool, man. Dig that very much. It's cool when you get one of these like thriller movies and all that stuff where you're centralized to one area and you're not really going anywhere else when a lot of that stuff is building out because it's building and the tension is building throughout the film and everything. So for them to be in that one area adds very well to that mystery thriller atmosphere building on all of those things that are happening throughout the film as it steadily increases. Something else to talk about with this movie, real quick, is that there are some touchy subjects in the film, mostly domestic violences mentioned in this movie and shown in the film. Um, only not really a spoiler. Just want to throw that out there because that is a sensitive topic for some people. So just to throw that out there and let you know about it and all that stuff. But the movie is mostly, again, mystery thriller, not really a horror film. It's coming from Christopher Landon, who we mostly know probably from horror films, horror comedy movies like Happy Death Day and Freaky. This movie's not like that. It's mostly again, mystery thriller film. A little bit of comedic moments, like you'll get some fun moments and comedy moments in it, but nothing overpowering, nothing over the top, nothing in your face or anything like that. Just kind of like banter between characters or like a waiter in the restaurant or something like that. It's like nothing, that's going to fully take you out of the idea of what's going on in this movie and the idea of what this movie's telling. Um, Strong violent content is one of the things in the movie that was mentioned. There is some violence in the film, nothing overly gory, nothing overly over the top or anything like that. It's just, necessary to the film. Mostly is where you see those aspects and stuff of that nature. But really honestly, man, and the main characters we meet in this movie, I'm not familiar with them 100% when it comes to the cast and all that stuff. Our main actress, I remember seeing her in the film Your Monster from last year. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It's a great movie. And then our dude in the film, main dude in the film, the guy she's gone on the date with, don't recognize him from anything. So that's cool and all that stuff. But they're doing a great job. Like everybody's performance in this movie is doing very well to the film itself and building what we need for this movie to very well work on its, keeping it grounded, keeping it in a world where your wheels are turning, not in like a super mental crazy way, but in a way of who is it? Who could it be in this area that is causing this to happen? Who is going after her in this aspect? What's going on? Why is this happening? And all those things. Again, talking around myself, not to spoil anything, but it's a good mystery film. Like if you're into mystery thriller films, like this is the one for you, man. Like go to theaters and see it because they do a great job of keeping you in the freaking scenes in that area, just watching it and seeing how everything's going to build up and how everything is going to like transpire and build to this new area and all that stuff, and just waiting to see how they get to what they're going to get to, what are they going to get to, who are we going to figure this out and all that stuff, man. Like they do a really good job, man. So Christopher Landon, big bucket of win as far as I'm concerned. He's awesome. I've enjoyed the movies he's done. Love Freaky, man. Had to come around to Happy Death Day. 1 and 2, but I did eventually come around to those two films and had a good time with them. Again, completely different movie. This isn't a horror comedy. This is a thriller film, but they do a good job, man. So if you're looking for a good mystery thriller film to check out in theaters, this is the one for you to go check out, man, because it is worth your time. It's worth that interesting aspect. No credit scenes, no extra credit scenes or anything like that for the movie, which is fine. Doesn't really need any. But it's very entertaining, man. It's a good thriller film, man. So if you're looking for a new thriller film to check out, this is the one for you. Go see it in theaters, an hour 40 minutes. That's not a lot of time, man. You go have a good time in the theaters and watch this movie, man. So that is your review for Drop. If you want to check that out, man, let's go ahead and go into news real quick. So try not to read the news because there's not a ton of news to really talk about. Sticking in the thriller horror, actually more horror realm, but kind of spooky realm as well. Warner Brothers it's very much already said that they're going to be IP heavy, right there. Harry Potter. We already know they're doing a Harry Potter show. They're putting emphasis on Harry Potter, DC, stuff like that is where they're Lord of the Rings. I believe they said they're working on as well. Like they're going very IP heavy, and that's coming over now to the horror realm as they've announced, spooky realm, as they've announced that Beetlejuice will be getting yet another film. It's in the very early stages. There's still some stuff they need to get signed and all that stuff, but they have announced that they do want to do a third Beetlejuice film, which begs the question: are they going to name it Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice? You know, are they gonna? They got to, right? They have to, or is it going to be Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice? Beetle? And it's it. Yeah. What are they gonna? What are they going to go with? What are they going to name it? That you feel like you have to, um, which is I think people would have expected. Beetlejuice did do very well last year and was subject of talk for a lot of people. So I'm more than fine with that. Like I love Beetlejuice. The character is fun to be around. You added in Jenna Ortega to the franchise. I like her as an actress. So I'm into it, to see where they end up going with the third film, but it's going to be fun either way. From what we've learned, obviously the first film is the best, of course, but the second film was very very good, and can't wait to see what they end up coming up with this one. Hopefully they don't overrush it. Let Tim take his time to create it and all that stuff. But that is cool to know they're doing another Beetlejuice movie. They also announced that they're doing Goonies, the '80s classic film, is coming back, which I felt like I saw the cast over the weekend, like a video from like a week ago or something about them talking about there's talks about it happening, but they don't know if they'll be a part of it or anything like that. Which you hope they are, even if it's just a cameo or something. They deserve to be in there. Um, let's see, Gremlins. They've announced Gremlins as well. They're doing another Gremlins film, which has been teased and talked about for a while. I think why not go ahead and bring the Gremlins back, man? Have fun. It's two Corey Feldman movies, man. But Corey Feldman was huge in the '80s, man. You talk about huge actors in the '80s that doesn't get talked about enough. Corey Feldman, like that dude was almost in everything. Like that dude was in a lot of stuff in the '80s, man. A lot of classic stuff people still talk about. So we'll see. And then not horror, but they have announced that Minecraft is getting a second movie, which obviously that was going to happen. I mean, that film has been the talk for a while. It's made a ton of film. I think as of recording this episode, last thing I saw was like $500 million, and this budget was like 100 and something $1 million. Like they're killing it. Which, by the way, that movie is 100 something $1 million budget. Why are we spending so much money on other movies when that movie is pretty much all CGI? And pretty much, except for like the live actors, it's pretty much mostly CGI. And obviously, you're paying Jack and Jason Momoa a lot of money, but like, what are we doing? We're paying way too much money. The budgets are too high for films these days. And just look what this movie just did. But yeah, obviously it was going to happen. Like this movie's done very well. It's been a big win for Warner Brothers. They needed that, and obviously they're going to get right back in that money and do a Minecraft movie too. Um, it's been the talk for bad reasons because of the way people are, clout chasing and overreacting in theaters at scenes and all that stuff. I actually said because there's a ton of teenagers when I was at the theater this weekend to see. I saw two movies. I saw Drop, as we just talked about. I saw The King of Kings as well, animated film. Um, and there's bunch of teenagers in there, and I told the guy working there when I was getting my popcorn and drink. I'm like, good luck to you, man. Hopefully, hopefully they don't tear it up too much because that's the thing. Like people are just going crazy. It's not even people; it's teenagers are just insane, and they all have got cameras and they're all recording it. So it's obviously cloud chasing. It's not, it's not. Um, I can't think of the word. It's not, you know, I can't think of the word, but you know what I mean. It's not organic. It's not organic excitement. It's all clout chasing. Record it. Let's show them all the internet and all that stuff. Like if it was organic, excitement like people have done for the Marvel films and all that stuff, like most recently with Deadpool and all that. People weren't throwing popcorn and all that stuff in there. They were like clapping, yelling, and all that stuff. You can do that. That's fine. But like throwing popcorn and drinks and all that stuff and making it a hard day for the employees and all that, that's just ridiculously dumb. But um, I guess that's the way of the world. People are worried more about TikToking than being respectful. But what can you do, man? Nonetheless, why did I go there? Oh, Minecraft. Minecraft's getting a sequel. Let's see. Sticking with Warner Brothers, over to the DC side of things, the Batman. I don't know if this movie's ever happening, to be honest with you, because it continues to be pushed back. Like they removed the release date all the way to 2027 now. And the film was supposed to start shooting at the end of this year, but now it looks like it's not going to start shooting until 2026, early 2026, they say, because Robert Pattinson has now joined the cast of Dune 3, which is also a Warner Brothers movie. And then, of course, he's in the Christopher Nolan film as well, which no hate to him. I mean, he's a good actor. He's going to get a lot of roles and all that stuff and all that. But it does put the Batman into a lot of question right now because, again, it's been pushed back several times. When are we going to start filming this? Well, we can't start filming until the script is done. The script isn't even done. It's still being worked on after all this time. What the other movie came out, what, 2022? So it's not a ton of time. Like that was what, barely 3 years ago. Um, but yeah, it's just kind of worrisome because it brings me back to the Flash, where the Flash was pointed, pushed back and back and back and back, and then script rewrites and script rewrites, script rewrites. So the film finally came out, which the film was fine. And then um, you have over there on the Marvel side, the freaking Blade movie has been pushed back and pushed back, and script rewrites and script rewrites and pushed back, and now being rumored to be canceled. They're obviously not going to cancel the Batman movie. Like, there's no way you cancel that. But like, it's like we gotta strike while the iron's hot as well because that first movie did very well, received very well. The Penguin just did fantastic last year. Like, you want to strike while the iron's hot and you want to stay into it, but at the same time, you want to take your time to build it. And I get all that stuff, but it's just, I don't know. I guess over troublesome to just see it continuously be pushed back and not really any new updates on it from a positive side because it's like, no, there's no script and we keep moving the release date. And then of course we have the DCU building up and they're going to be building a Batman at the same time. So, we don't really have a release date for that movie yet, but we do know they're doing Batman the Brave and the Bold. And it's like, when is that coming out? And I already know there's been rumors back and forth like, why don't we just put Robert Pattinson's Batman in the DCU, which I would be fine with, but it seems like Matt Reeves isn't into that idea, which I guess at the same time is what it is. Like I would prefer to have Robert Pattinson's Batman in here, but if we're doing a new Batman and we're like this one's getting continually being pushed back, and we're doing this one, what are we doing? What are we doing? So it's just a big question mark at this point right now, but we'll just have to keep waiting. I'll update you when we get something, man. And then final thing to talk about here is the Oscars are finally doing it after all of this time. They are finally giving credit where credit is due and adding a category for stunts. Man, stunts are finally being recognized at the Academy Awards with the 100th Academy Awards in 2027. They will have the category for stunts, which again, about flipping time. Like stunts are hugely important to films, and stunt coordination, stunt performers, and all that stuff deserve more credit for all the hard work and literally putting their lives on the line all the time filming these scenes and all that stuff. Yes, I know there's padding and there's wires and all that stuff, but it's still dangerous. And some people aren't even using wiring and all that stuff. Like, it's dangerous stuff, man. And they're working their behinds off for everything, and it's fine. Finally, time that they're getting recognized. Should have been done a long time ago. It's finally getting recognized, which I think has a lot to do because at this year's Oscars, there was like they were asking people on the red carpet about category they would add, and the majority of them all said stunts. So yes, they do that, and I would like to go ahead and congratulate Tom Cruise on winning the first stunt award. I don't know if he will, but he should absolutely win the first award. Like, that's, well, I mean, he's an actor, so I don't know, like stunt coordination. If I don't know, we just know that he does all of his stunts in his films, and he deserves, to win the first award for sure. I don't know what movie it would be for. First thought would be Mission Impossible, but that's coming out this year, and if that award's in 2027, don't know. I don't think they'll be, nominating that award for that movie. I don't know what he has going on in 2026 off the top of my head, but nonetheless, we are excited for stunt to finally be recognized. And now, hopefully, by 2030, when you start getting horror movies recognized, right? Don't hold your breath, man. Even though The Substance just got nominated and got a lot of praise and all that stuff, they still treat horror movies very terribly over there at the Oscars. But hopefully, at some point in time, maybe The Substance sparks something in their brains where, like, maybe we should pay attention to horror films. They're not all ridiculous. Some of them are actually very strongly put together films. But hey, nonetheless, we are excited to get stunts in there, and we'll see what happens going forward. But again, that's gonna do it for this episode, man. So appreciate you coming over here and hanging out with me. Gave you my review for the Drop film. Go check it out. We talked all kinds of news, man. So appreciate you hanging out with me as always. Hitting that like again real quick. Into the Fog on its own YouTube channel now. If you can go over there and give that some love and follow and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. And just remember, as always, like to remind you that you matter, man. Like you are important. You are incredible. I know the world sucks sometimes. The world's tough. Feels like it's bearing down on you and all that stuff, man. Just keep fighting and going forward and believe in yourself because you got stuff inside of you that makes you extremely capable of living out your dreams and achievements. And things will want to wear you down, man, but you keep fighting against it. You keep fighting strong, keep believing in yourself because you are talented, you matter, you are incredible. So trust in yourself, believe in yourself, love yourself, spread love, be kind, and all that, and believe in yourself because again, you do matter. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, week, month, a year. And as always, remember that happiness can be found even in the darkest of times. If one only remembers to turn on the light, man. Talk to you all next episode.